While there are some tips for improving engagement that would apply to everyone, you can also take a look at your analytics once you actually start using this to see what's working, what's not working, and make it better in the future. For the more general tips, I recommend an 80-20 ratio of content versus sales pitch type posts. So what that means is 4 out of 5 of your posts need to be something interesting for your audience, something funny, something informative, whereas 20% can have company information or a sale or some type of a add-on or whatever it may be, something happening within your store. One mistake that people will sometimes make here is they think that if they're offering a sale or they're offering something free, that counts as part of the 80, like great content, you're getting something free. It's not. There's nothing interesting about seeing a ton of posts from the same place like, oh, get our free marketing analysis or whatever it may be. Even if you're offering something free, that goes in the 20% category. That's not the 80% of good content. So understanding that ratio is vital to make sure that people don't start unfollowing or unfriending or whatever it may be. Also, understanding the best times for posting. There are articles and studies done on this pretty often, and it varies across industries. So if you're in an industry where you're dealing with business people, it might be, and whatever you're putting out there relates to their business, then mid-morning might be good for you. It's after they've gotten in, they've checked their main email, and they're ready to deal with whatever it is that you're putting out there. If you're selling something where it's going to people who probably work all day and it's something that they're going to purchase, and they're not going to really engage while they're at work, then it might make more sense to be engaging in the evening. So this is something you can do some research on your own based on your industry of when is the best time to post for what you're putting out there. Additionally, just thinking about and doing some research on what's getting shared within your industry. You can see what's working for you, but also checking what's working for other people. Things that are getting shared often, people really like. Because even if you click like, maybe you thought it was kind of funny, maybe it was kind of interesting, but if someone's actually going to the extent of sharing a piece of content, retweeting or resharing a post in Facebook, it means they really liked it. If they're doing that for your company, great, you're doing something correctly. If they're doing it for your competition, then that lets you know, like, these are some areas that you really should be looking into. You can also improve your engagement by looking at the analytics and taking a look at what's working for you, not just what's working for other people or general best practices. General best practices might say that 10:30 a.m. is the best time to share, but if you're seeing that when you post things at 4 o'clock, that's when people are sharing them. Or if you're seeing a general time when everyone's sharing or posting or commenting, then you might want to adjust the time frame that you're putting things out there into that time frame when your actual customers, clients, and followers are engaging with you. So that's an adjustment that you can only make when you've actually started, using some of these platforms. But it's definitely worth looking into, and it's going to make all of your content and everything that you do so much more worthwhile when you can really direct it into the way that people are consuming the media you're putting out there. You can also take a look at if you get unfollows or unfriends, or if there are things that just get no action whatsoever. Take a look at if they are consistently the same type of content. Maybe that's not the right content for your audience. If you're getting unfollows, then maybe it's actually offensive to your audience. So that's important to look at. And that's something you can look at either through analytics in Hootsuite or in the insights or analytics within these different profiles themselves. But really, you're putting the message out there, and now you have to take the time to look at what's happening when you're putting that message out there and really think about it and strategically plan going forward. So if you put out 1 month of posts, that's a sufficient amount of time to really get a good idea of how those posts are affecting your audience. If you see a lot of growth in a particular time, do that more. If you see nothing, do that less. If you see unfollows, definitely never do that again. So that's just some general thoughts on how you can improve your engagement across all your social media platforms with best practices, and also with taking a look at what's working and what's not working.